quiet. Hey, everyone. This training is going to be about recruiting. Okay? And I'm just going to take you into my back office. Yeah, my kids are loud. 1 second. Okay. Just gonna sign in, guys, to the training so we can get on this webinar. And guest speaker is Ray Higdon. Woohoo! I'm gonna share my screen so you guys can see. Screen share. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna share it. Alrighty. And let me introduce you to Ray Higdon. Okay.
University. We want to welcome you to our ongoing webinar series here at Networking University, where education changes everything. This evening, we'll learn how to put more recruits into your business. So, with that in mind, hang tight, folks. At Networking University, and you already know, we're committed to helping you achieve the level of success that you choose as you build your career as an exciting profession. We've had well in excess of 150,000 new registrations for our courses over the past 10 years. It's abundantly clear that Networking University is fulfilling a need that exists in my profession. Now, for those of you who have not been here before, here's a surprise for you. It's a very safe environment. There's no recruiting here. Everyone on the call is already in whatever company they've chosen. So we're set up intentionally that way for two reasons. One is because we know the savvy networkers out there among you are the ones who recognize that our faculty members are paid as much as $10,000 more, and they're flown all over the world to provide the quality information to large networking gatherings. Really, we want to have a safe environment, and we want that for them as well. As I mentioned before, we already know you're already in whatever company you've chosen, so you might keep them from being a distraction. To be a savvy networker, invite your team. Those savvy networkers, what they do is after the webinar, they talk about how they can take the information that they've learned here, put it into their business, and pay dividends as they grow their business. So that's why we do it. I expect that during the course of the evening, during the presentation, there'll be items that will be mentioned. We'll create questions for you. It's really important to get those questions answered, so we expect that you could take advantage of our Q&A program, which is very simple. You send your questions to questions, questions, questions @networkingtimes.com. And we're going to feed as many questions as time permits to our faculty member at the end of the presentation. You want to hang in for that, that's the best part of the webinar. And also, get your questions in early, get them in office, because the internet can be fickle sometimes. You want to make sure that that works. It's the best part of the presentation, and a chance to go one-on-one with our faculty members. Speaking of which, our faculty member has been around coaching people to become more successful in their businesses since 2004. So we're talking about a whole decade over there. He's been involved in the network marketing profession now for over 8 years. He's a true leader and a generic trainer. He loves to teach people about their home-based business. He's very, very successful. And he has some challenges too. The best part about people like our presenter this evening is they've had the challenges and they know what it takes to get through. He's been a contributor to Networking Times. We had a full feature as a master distributor in 2012. On an ongoing basis. So please give a warm welcome to a very good friend of mine and true contributor, Mr. Ray Higdon. Ray, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastically. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you back again.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. It's 2014. It's time to step it up.
I think you're right. Well, I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to be listening to learn a little bit more about how to recruit more people into our business easily while maintaining power.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you so much. And, Chris and Josephine, you guys are just awesome. And what you put together here at Networking University is just amazing. Folks, if you're on this webinar right now, make sure you give thanks and gratitude to what these guys have put together, and of course all the other trainers with Networking Times and Networking University. Just such an amazing resource, such an amazing profession that we're in here, where everyone's out to help each other, and honored to be included in that faculty, and honored to help you guys out here. So let's make it happen. So I'm just curious. And by the way, sometimes you're on a webinar, or you're on listen to a CD or something like that, and it's just about the person talking and teaching you. This is going to be interactive. There will be times where I ask you a question or two. Just so you know, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So please, I appreciate your participation. If you participate with me, we're both going to have a great time, and you're going to get more out of the training, and we're going to have some fun. So, quick question for you. How much would an additional 2 recruits a month mean to you? Now, some of you, maybe you're already, just type it in the question and answer box if you have it there. Some of you maybe are already recruiting, 2, 10, 20. I don't know how many you're recruiting. Some of you, maybe that would be your first 2 recruits. Okay, some of you, maybe you're looking to recruit more. I'm just curious, what would that mean to you? And actually, I don't know. I'm wondering if I can see the answers. I don't see the answer either. No one's wanting to answer, or I don't see answers, so I'm not sure which one that is. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I can. Chris, no way to see the answers. Is there any way?
Yeah, there's a polling tool. I don't know if the polling tool is set up on this. I'm going to check in with Josephine because she put the things together.
Yes, can I see the answers, right? Okay, so Linda says it would mean moving up 2 levels in my company.
Wow.
And
awesome.
Then Anita says it would mean everything to me. And
wow.
Bill has more confidence.
Sure.
And it would be a dramatic change for the better.
Right. Right.
480 per month plus commission.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Awesome.
Motivation.
Yay. Well, very cool. So it
would mean finally getting started, David.
Finally getting started. Nice. Well, that's awesome. So, I think you can see that, if I come out here and I say, hey guys, I'm going to teach you how to recruit 100 people, it's very difficult, number one, to go from 0 to 100 recruits, but if you can just visualize on what it would feel like to get an additional 2 a month, let me tell you, with what I'm going to share with you here tonight, it's going to be, it is not a stretch of the imagination for you to get an additional 2 recruits every single month, month in, month out. And I'll tell you, my wife and I, and I'll share our story a little bit, but I'm mainly going to be focused on training here. My wife and I mean, we've recruited an average of 1 to 2 people every single week for the last 4 years. And I'll tell you, it's not it's not just about, hey, I talk to 100 people every single day. It's also about the ability to convert. You see, most people out there, they're talking about how to get leads, how to get traffic, how to talk to 100 people a day, where to purchase lists from. But see, if you don't know how to convert them, you're going to have to talk to a whole lot more people than someone that can convert. So the whole purpose of tonight is to teach you to become a master recruiter. And so whether you're talking to a few people, whether you're talking to a lot of people, you're going to drastically increase your rate of conversion. So hopefully that sounds good to you, and we will move forward. So I'm going to share with you, a lot of times a trainer comes out and, they're living the life, they got everything, but I just want to share with you just for a brief moment, my life before we had success. And, I can tell you, I was in real estate. I was in the Florida real estate market. And, there was a point in time where I thought I was going to be an absolute billionaire in real estate. Okay. That's what I thought. And everything was skyrocketing. And basically, if you had a pulse, you could make a lot of money in real estate back then. And I realized that my business was set up to work in a good economy, right? Probably a few of you on here, maybe you realize that too, and maybe you guys get a little bit with that too. Well, I got hit pretty hard, and me and a real estate partner, we had worked together, and we had put our life savings in. We had put, we had financed our house. We had put home equity lines, and we lost it all. And there was a time when every single bill that I had was either not being paid or paid late. In fact, some of you may be familiar with my wife, Jessica Higdon, and let me tell you, this was just a few short years ago, guys. This was not 10 years ago. This was not 20 years ago. This was a few short years ago. She was going and working at the Nordstrom makeup counter to pay my utility bills. So that's kind of a testament to how grateful I am of having such an amazing support. My wife Jessica, just amazing, because I was getting pounded. And let me tell you, one of the things that I clearly remember is I remember bill collectors were pounding me on the phone, and so I started programming them. So when I recognized that, okay, this guy just left a message, that's clearly a bill collector, I would program them in my phone, don't answer. And one time I remember I'm sitting with a prospect at Starbucks, and I'm trying to recruit him, right? And my phone is flashing, do not call, don't answer, don't answer, don't answer, don't answer. And these are all different bill collectors. So, folks, if you're here with me tonight and you're gone through tough times, or you're currently going through tough times, I feel you. I get you. I was there. My suggestion, the one thing I really hope that you get out of this webinar tonight is that there's hope, and that no matter where you are, you can get to where you want to go, and that your life doesn't have to stay there. I did. This was kind of embarrassing for me to admit at first, but I did go through personal foreclosure. Here I was calling prospects on a phone in a house that I was in personal foreclosure, and trying to maintain that posture and power, and get people excited about my deal. And that was at a time where I needed commissions like I needed air to breathe. And since then, just in these last few years, I've been honored to be featured in different magazines, been honored to grace the stages across a lot of different places, and speak on all over the world. I've won 10, maybe 11 fully paid for vacations. There's us when we went ziplining in Puerto Rico at a place called Torre Verde, which is, I'm maybe mistaken this, but I think they said it was the longest in North America, and just had a blast there. There's us in New York. There's us, we honeymooned in Fiji, actually, which was just amazing. And if you told me just a couple years ago, just a few small years ago, if you told me, hey Ray, you're going to be honeymooning in Fiji, I couldn't even afford Fiji water, right? I drink the cheap stuff, right? I couldn't afford the water, let alone food there. So again, I share with you this stuff because I want you to know that you can do it. And there we are in Fiji at Namale, which is, I don't know, I'm sure some of you may be familiar with Tony Robbins. That's his resort in Namale. Amazing, amazing, amazing. The only word of caution that I give you is if you do decide to go to Namale in Fiji, you're going to get spoiled, and you will never look at service the same. Okay, they have 140 on staff with a maximum occupancy of 42, and I don't think they're ever maxed out. And so they literally wait on you hand and foot. And I'm just telling you, life is different now. It's just been awesome. We have earned over $1 million in network marketing commissions. We've also earned over $1 million in training as well, training and coaching. And training and coaching is one of my passions, so that is something that we really focus our time on, is coaching and training others and other companies. So we have coaching clients in almost every company you can possibly imagine all over the world, and we've been very blessed. And the question is, so how? And I get this question often. Well, how do you get from there to here? And by the way, if you're on here and you're thinking, man, I wish you'd get to the training. I hear these stories all the time. Well, trust me, you're going to hear some extremely powerful training. I'm going to give you word tracks. I'm also going to teach you on something that no other network marketing trainer I've ever seen has ever taught on, and that is tonality. I'm going to share with you how to use your tone, because it's not just what you say, it's how you say it. Okay, so I'm going to share that with you. So how does one get from there to here? None of that would have happened if I didn't learn how to recruit reps, period. If I didn't learn how to take a prospect who's not interested or not sure if they have the money or the time to getting them excited to join my team, there's no way I could do that. And here's what I know. I've now trained thousands and thousands of people on the exact system that we've used to recruit a lot of people, hundreds of people into our network marketing company. We now teach that same system to people all over the world. They follow the system, they recruit more reps. And that's my goal for you, is to help you become just a recruiting monster. And that's the reality. When you believe in your product and your value and your service, then your job is to get people into your community. And if you don't know how to close, if you don't know how to recruit them, you're doing them a disservice. You're doing them a disservice. So let's hop in and make this thing happen. So, Networking University, they asked me to put together a study course for you guys, to help you become a better recruiter here in 2014. So I will be pulling some of the strategies that I'm pulling are coming from that course. But you're going to get a lot of value tonight. Some of you may decide to dive deeper, and I'll share with you how to do that. Others, you're just going to take value and run with it tonight. So let's make it happen. So number one, we're going to cover in detail my 7-step MLM recruiting formula. This is a formula that, if followed, your rate of converting and recruiting people that you talk to absolutely, no questions, increase. You will, let me say that again. You follow this 7-step recruiting formula, you will recruit more reps. I'm going to share with you how to overcome objections without feeling like you're being defensive, what to say to toxic or negative people, and the one skill that's way more important than prospecting. That's it. I mean, it's this is something for some of you, maybe it'll be a surprise. For others, you'll be like, oh man, that makes so much sense. And then I'm going to share with you how to dive deeper, and we're even going to do a little Q&A session. Now, I love Q&A, so definitely stick around. I've been known to stick around a while. They usually have to boot me off of a webinar because I'm here to serve. I'm here to give you value. I believe in abundance. I believe that every single person on this webinar tonight can create $1 million business. That's what I believe. I believe each and every one of you, whether you're in South Africa, whether you're in the UK, whether you're in California, Florida, it doesn't matter. I believe every single person, if you follow a system, you can create $1 million business, and we can all be happy, and we can all see each other on the beaches of the world. So hope you're excited, because I sure am. All right, so 7-step formula. Now, I have learned some amazing things since I put together this 7-step formula. I've personally worked with multiple men and women that make over $100,000 a month inside of their network marketing company. And there's actually some tweaks that I've made to this. Okay, now the 7 steps are the 7 steps. They don't need to change, but I can expand on it for you. So number one, I'm going to go through them quickly, and then I'm going to break them down for you. Okay, number one, and I would highly encourage you, you learn the most when you absorb it in different senses. Okay, if I could somehow make you smell something differently at each step, then that would increase your rate of retention, right? But I can't do that. But what I can do is ask you to write them down. So my suggestion to you, and by the way, I don't come to your house, I don't check your homework, I'm not looking over your shoulder. Maybe some of you would benefit from that, but I'm not. And so do this. Okay, write this down. Take the time to fully get the full benefit out of this, what I'm sharing with you here tonight on this webinar, and we'll get started. So number one, raise curiosity. Number two, question when possible. And I'm going to explain what I mean there. Number three, point and schedule. Number four, check level of seriousness. Now, I'll explain that. That is not an all the time thing. Okay. For example, with me, I rarely actually use number four, but I've had so many people that benefited from me including the training on number four that I include it. Okay. Number five, follow up. Number six, question. Number seven, sponsor or agreement. Okay. So some of these maybe you're reading, you're thinking, oh, that makes sense, right? And some of you are like, what does he mean? All right. So number one, raise curiosity. Now, when I first got started with network marketing, I was very, very focused on business builders. Okay. My choice of who I work with, I mainly work with small business owners. I work with professionals, speakers, trainers, authors. I tend to attract that caliber of folk, and that's kind of who I do. So I have for years always led with the business and then went to the product if needed. I am here to say that that is not always the best approach. And I'm even going to tell you something that I'm willing to bet no other network marketer trainer has ever told you. Okay? So pay attention. We're already diving deep, man. I'm so excited. All right, so number one, raise curiosity. If you are looking to get to business builders, okay, people who are interested in making an income, my favorite question to ask to raise curiosity, okay, and I ask it in a disarming, nonchalant way, okay, and you know, I won't get into all the different places to locate people to find. They're everywhere. But my favorite question to ask is just throwing it out there. But would you be open to a side project if it didn't interfere with what you're currently doing? I'll say that again. Just throwing it out there. And by the way, I can't, if you're typing anything, I can't see it. So, you know, wait till the Q&A. I can't tell if you're even typing anything, maybe you're not. But I'll say it again. Just throwing it out there. But would you be open to a side project if it didn't interfere with what you're currently doing? There's 2 points I want to make with that question. Number one, notice I didn't say the word interested. See, most rookie or non-trained network marketers, I won't say rookie, but most people who have not been trained in the art of sales, they use the word interested. Hey, would you be interested in a side project? Would you be interested in a new stream of income or whatever? You fill in the blank, right? The problem is not everyone's interested, but no one, pay attention, no one wants to not be open. So when I say, hey, just curious, just throwing it out there, would you be open? Okay. Most people they have the desire to be labeled as open. That's why you mainly get a positive response to that. Okay. Just throwing it out there, would you be open to a side project? Okay. I don't say a full-time income. I don't say to making $10,000 a month. I don't say to $1 million business. I don't say to a whole new world, a whole new lifestyle. It's baby steps. Sales, okay, in any industry is management of resistance. If I come to you and say, hey, would you like to work 40 hours a week and build this home-based business thing? Would you be interested in that? There's about 5 mistakes I made in that sentence. Okay. Now, when I say, and let's step out of our network marketer mind, and let me just ask you this: before you ever heard about network marketing, someone comes up to you and says, hey, just curious, just throwing it out there, would you be open to a side project? And by the way, it's not going to interfere with what you're currently doing. Take yourself out of the network marketing, the cynical, skeptical mind, right? What would you say? More than likely, if you had any interest in making any additional money, you would probably say yes to that. You'd probably say, well, yeah, what is it? Moving something? What is it? Deliver papers? What is it, right? You would ask that question, right? And so that is a powerful question. Now, let me say, this is where I'm going to share with you something that I don't think any other network marketing trainer either is willing to tell you, or maybe they don't know. I don't know. Okay. Who you were before you started network marketing affects how you build your network marketing business. Okay. When I came into network marketing, I had successfully ran a real estate business. Not everyone knew that I was dead broke. Most people didn't, actually. But I had placed myself in the mind of my warm market as a business person. That allows me to ask that question leading to the business. Now, right there, some of you should have a major breakthrough just in what I just said. If you just get what I just said right there. Okay, so let me step back. When I entered the network marketing profession, in the minds of my warm market, I was labeled in their mind as a business person. If I worked at Juicy Lucy's delivering quarter pounders, okay, and then I go to my warm market and I just finished putting ketchup on their hot dog, right? And I said, hey, just throwing it out there, would you be open to a side project that didn't interfere with what you're currently doing? They may look at me like, what, dude? What are you talking about? Okay. So for those of you who entered network marketing and in your warm market's mind, okay, and I'm willing to bet that you've bought different courses or you've invested in yourself and you get frustrated because you ask these business questions of the warm market that doesn't see you as a business person and they don't give you a great response. They say, beat it, kid. They say, what are you talking about? Business, right? Because you're not already in their mind as a business person. Now, that doesn't mean you can't cold market and lead with business. You can. So for those of you who entered into network marketing, I'm telling you, this right here, this is a huge training. Here we are. We're crushing it. We're 25 minutes in. All right. So those of you who entered the network marketing profession, and in the minds of your warm market, you don't have a business background, I want you to lead with the product. I want you to say, hey, listen, I don't think that you'd be interested in the business that I'm doing, but I do think you'd like the product. See, that's how you raise curiosity to a warm market, because I don't care who your warm market is, we like to buy cool stuff. We do. We buy from, HSN, we buy from QVC, we buy from magazines, from Sky Mall. We're in the checkout line at, Target, and we see something cool, we buy it. We like to buy stuff. People do. Your warm market does too. If you're not in their mind as a business person, stop trying to alter and wear a suit in front of them if you're used to serving them fries. Okay? I don't mean any of this derogatory. I'm actually trying to help you. So I hope that helps you. Number one, you raise curiosity. For some of you, it's going to be leading with the business. For some of you, it's going to be leading with the product. Okay. Number two, now this will make sense with warm market, absolutely, especially if you've led with the business. Okay. So with warm market, so let's say I go to my buddy Joe, and Joe knows me as a business person, and I go to him, hey Joe, just throwing it out there, just curious, but would you be open to a side project but didn't interfere with what you're currently doing? And Joe says, yeah, man, talk to me about it. What is it, right? They're always going to ask what it is 100% of the time. 100% of the time, I don't care what any other trainer tells you, 100% of the time, they're going to ask what it is. Am I right or am I not right? And most trainers skip over that. Most trainers are just like, ooh, we just hope that they don't ask, right? Everyone asks 100% of the time. What do you mean they don't ask? They always ask, right? So they will ask that. Okay, well, what is it? Okay. At that point, I want you to step back a second, and I want you to say, yeah, absolutely. I'll be more than happy to share with you what it is. Hey, just curious, and just so you know, I do have a conference call that I have to hop on, but just curious, why are you open to a home business? Why don't say home business? Why are you open to a side project? Just curious. Why when I asked you about being open to a side project, you said yes. What? Just curious. What's going on? What has you interested in a home business? Okay. And get them, now in warm market, this may make sense a lot of the times, because if you can find out why they're open, and they're going to give you answers like, my wife got laid off, we need to, raise money for my daughter's wedding, we need to put grandma in a nursing home, whatever, right? We're raising money for charity, whatever, okay? When possible, ask them that question. And I'm going to come back to why throughout this training, because why is one of the most powerful questions you can ever ask. Okay? So number three, you're going to point and schedule. You're going to point and schedule. So no matter what you're doing, you're going to point at a tool and schedule. So if I'm talking to somebody, I am going to, before I even raise curiosity, I may come up to you, and this is why I'm going sequentially here so you can really get it. All right, I want you guys to get it, but let me come full circle here. All right, so let's say I'm going to meet with Joe. Hey, Joe, I got to jump on this conference call, but just curious, would you be open to a side project that interferes with what you're currently doing? Okay, Joe says, well, yeah, man, maybe. Why? What is it? Absolutely, more than happy to share with you why I do. Like I said before, I do have to jump on this conference call, but just curious, why? Why would you be open right now? I'm just curious. I always like to know. Nonchalant, disarming, ask. Okay, so now Joe's going to tell me why. Joe's going to say, well, I'm looking to make some extra money, or I need to do that, and I'm going to, play along. I'm going to answer that now and say, okay, well, cool. Well, hey, listen, I got to jump on this conference call, but I got a video that I can have you watch. I can send you over information. How soon can you watch this video? Now, for you and your company, maybe it's an audio, maybe it's a CD, maybe it's a magazine, maybe it's a event. I don't know. For you, use whatever tool your upline. Go to your upline. Okay, I'm not here to replace your upline. I'm only here to make you a better closer than your upline. How's that? And so, point and schedule. Hey, I got to jump on this conference call. Like I said, now why do I say that? I call it a break in communication. The reason I call it that is I'm preventing you from saying too much. Okay? The number one mistake network marketers make is they don't talk to enough people. The number two mistake they make is they say too much to the people they do talk to. All right? So I'm preventing you from saying too much. All right? And so, here you are, you're saying, hey, I got to jump on this conference call, but I got this video, or hey, I got this thing going on, when can we get together? Right? Use whatever tool your upline suggests. Now, one rule of mine is I never move a prospect forward out of weakness. Okay? I never move a prospect forward out of weakness. In any point in this formula, if someone is answering me weakly, okay, in a weak manner, I'm going to check their level of seriousness. Okay? So if I say, hey, I got this video, or maybe I have a DVD in my hands, right? Maybe your company does DVDs or audio CDs or whatever. And I say, hey, I got to jump on this conference call, but I got this audio CD. Hey, before I give it to you, how soon can you listen to it? And if they say, I don't know, I guess I can listen to it tomorrow. I don't know, right? If they answer me in a weak fashion, I will not proceed forward. Okay? So if I say, hey, Joe, I got to jump on this conference call, like I said before, but I got this CD. I'm happy to lend it to you. It's my only copy. But let me ask you, how soon can you listen to this? And Joe says, I don't know. Tomorrow, maybe. I'm going to say, well, let me just ask you this, Joe. Joe, are you not really planning on listening to the audio CD? Or are you just saying this to kind of get rid of me? By the way, it's totally cool to tell me this. All right, it's totally cool to tell me because they'll save each other time. It's no big deal. But I do got to jump on this conference call. If you're serious about listening to it, I'll lend it to you. If you're not, just tell me now. It's no big deal. Okay? Now, people will white lie. They don't like to be caught in a lie. So what Joe will say is either A, you know what, you got me. I'm not interested. And you know what? That is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Here's what I know that I know that I know. No one on planet Earth closes 100% of their prospects. No one. In fact, the best of the best close 20 to 30% of the people they prospect. That's the best of the best. Okay? Now, what your goal should be as a prospector and a network marketer recruiter is to close everyone that's closable. To close everyone that qualifies and can use and needs your service and product. Okay? By the way, that is not 100% of the people. But your goal is to close all or as high percentage as possible of the people that are closable. And no, not all of them are closable. All right? So I'm going to check the level of seriousness. Now, if I say, hey, Joe, I got to jump on this call. I got this audio CD. How soon can you listen to it? And Joe says, man, I'll listen to it right now. I mean, sure, I need to make some extra money, and I trust you, Ray, and I'll listen to it right now. I'm not going to check the level of seriousness, so I'm going to skip step 4. Okay? Number 5, the follow-up. Now, here's where a lot of people get lazy on me. Okay? And they just think, well, if Joe likes it, he'll call me. Joe will never call you ever. You say that again. One of the reasons by the way, one of the reasons I don't carry business cards is because human beings do not follow up. I follow up, but no one else does. That's my assumption, and I'm very safe in that assumption. So let's say Joe listens to that audio CD, and Joe is like pulling at his hair. Joe says, "Oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever." Well, guess what? Joe's going to get a call from his wife. He's going to have to pick up meatloaf mix or whatever, right, or milk or bread or something, and it's going to leave his mind. Do not plan on your prospect following up with you. You are following up with them, and that is part of number 3. You're scheduling. And you're saying, okay, if you can listen to the audio CD right now, Joe, tell you what, I got to jump on this conference call. I should be done in about
All right, it's back. You see it? Can you see it? Okay, I'm sharing screen. Yo, you guys, we're gonna ban AT&T, okay? They're banned for life. Okay, which one was it? It was more reps into your MLM? Okay. You know it starts all over, right? That was right. Keep saying it. What was the time on that?
Welcome you to our
Okay.
webinar.
Hold on, I'm gonna pause it right now. All right, listen. When the internet goes out like that, it starts all over again. Okay. Okay, 35 minutes, gotcha.
Questions of the warm market that doesn't see you as a business person. Still don't know their question. That's okay, right? So you ask the question, and whatever they like is perfect. It doesn't matter what you like. So let me give you an example. So let's say you have the world's latest, greatest, cereal, right? Cereal, bread, whatever, right? You fill in the blank. You have the world's greatest blank, all right? And you call and you say, hey, Joe, did you listen to that amazing audio CD? And Joe says, yes, absolutely, I sure did. And Joe says, well, I got some questions. And you say, no problem. We'll absolutely get to those questions. But Joe, let me ask you this. What did you like best about the CD? And Joe says, well, you know what? I really love the fact that it has the highest borac and antioxidant score on planet Earth. I'm really big into health, and I really think that's amazing. And man, I'm just, I can't believe it has more than, Tibetan strawberries and Malaysian blueberries. I just can't believe that it's that much more healthy for me. And that is really, really exciting. Here's what's not to do, okay? So if you are really fired up about the comp plan, don't come back to Joe and say, yeah, Joe, that's cool, but man, you guys see how much money you can make, and you got these triple biflex, coded bonuses and the binary and the blah, 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 right? It doesn't matter what you like. They do not care what you like. They care what they like. So you roll with them, okay? You roll with them. Oh my goodness, I know what you're saying. That was the thing that really attracted me as well. And I can't, the borac score, isn't that crazy? So awesome. So wow, you really sounds like you're really fired up. Sounds like you're ready to at least be a customer and possibly do the business. You ask the question. Now, one of my favorite questions in number 7 is sounds, because I'm going to dig. When I ask them the question, what did you like best? I'm going to say, well, what do you mean by that? Oh, okay. Oh, cool. So just for clarification, you said, okay, great. Well, what did you mean by that? Okay, cool. Well, awesome. Well, it sounds to me like you're ready to join. Folks, if you write down that phrase and you start practicing that phrase, you can say it with confidence, you're going to start recruiting like crazy. And you're not going to recruit everyone because no one recruits everyone. You're going to start recruiting like crazy. Let me say it again. Wow, sounds to me like you're ready to join. Okay? I'm not saying sounds to me like you're ready to join. Right? I'm saying sounds to me like you're ready to join. Sounds to me like you're ready to join. Okay? Now, they may stop you there. Okay? Some are going to say, well, yeah. And at that point, stop selling. Don't say, awesome, man, you're really going to love the events. You're really going to love this. You're really going to love that. No. Your job is done. You now collect the paperwork. Okay. You now say, okay, cool. Now, where's your shipping address, Joe? Who do you want the checks to be made out to? Yada, 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 right? You take the business. You knock it. You take care of it. You don't train them. You don't answer. You don't, bring up any new things. You don't enter any new scenario. And for those of you who are new, you don't even three-way. If someone says, if you say the magic words, it sounds to me like you're ready to join, and you've done all 7 steps, and maybe you skipped 4, if you didn't need to, but you've done this formula, and you ask the question, sounds to me like you're ready to join, and they say, yeah, man, this sounds really awesome. Do not three-way someone. Don't. They are ready to go. And that is, when you call them, you should have either your piece of paper out to collect the information or your website pulled up to enter their information. I don't send them to a website. I take their information, and that's done. And the deal is done. Now, I may, once I get them on board, if you're newer, maybe you want to three-way someone in to say a welcome to them, because community is very powerful, but don't keep selling them. One of the biggest mistakes I see in network marketing. So hope you got value out of this 7-step formula. I got a little bit more for you, all right? So overcoming objections. Don't just react, okay? You want to clarify. Don't just react. You want to clarify. And this is a powerful thing for you. It's just powerful with any objection. It really is. So let me give an example. So let's say someone says, real common one. I could ask you the common ones, but I know the common ones. The common ones are, I don't have the money, I don't have the time. Those are probably your two most common ones. So someone says to me, wow, man, I'd really like to join. If I say, sounds to me like you're ready to join, they say, well, I'd really like to, but I just don't have the money, okay? Let me arm you with a couple ways to handle that. Number one, I don't react, okay? I don't say, oh, man, really? Oh, bummer, right? I'm not reacting. I'm going to clarify, okay? So here's one powerful question for you. So if someone says to me, hey, I don't have the, man, I'd love to join, I don't have the money. Let me ask you this question. Are you looking to get in? Or are you looking to get out? Are you looking to find a way to join? Or not really? Because if you're looking for a way to find a way to join, I'll help you. I'll help you get there. And that doesn't mean I'm going to loan you money, but I'm going to share with you how to generate money. I'm going to share with you a couple ideas to help you get some money, okay? Now let me give you a very powerful one. Whatever objection you get the most, this is going to be tough medicine for some of you, whatever objection you get the most, you are attracting. So, if you talk to people all the time, and they're saying, I don't have the money, 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 I don't have the money. In your mind, there's a corner of your mind, and it could be subconsciously, okay? It could be subconscious, where you don't believe the value is there, or you have mental issues about money, okay? Now that's the majority of the case. Most people, they haven't been trained in wealth and abundance. They don't understand, that everyone can be billionaires and no one would lack thereof, right? They don't understand that, okay? So if you are getting the objection, and let me tell you, this, again, never heard any network marketer trainer teach this, write this down, absolutely. If you're on here and a lot of your prospects tell you they don't have the money, I want you to switch to using this phrase, okay? I want you to switch to using this phrase. Only. Now, if you don't have money problems, like I barely ever have someone tell me they don't have the money because I don't attract that. We have clients that have paid us $50,000 to coach them. We don't have the money. The money thing, not an issue for us. At one point it was. It's not any longer, right? So I don't get it that much. So I don't use this phrase I'm about to share with you, but if you get it, you should use it, right? You ready for this? Sounds to me like you're ready to join. Now, do you have the funds ready, or do you need to raise them? Oof. Oh, I'm telling you. Now, why? Why is that powerful? It means it's okay if you don't have the money, and it's also okay to raise it. See, what people that tell you they don't have the money, number one, they're almost always lying because they can get the money. They just don't have the extra money, or they don't see the value. When you say, hey, do you have the funds right now, or do you need to raise them, right? It places their mind in a money generation phase versus a, well, I don't have it in my bank account phase. So it focuses them, instead of their circumstance, it focuses them on possibility. Possibility. Pretty powerful. So, number two, if they pull away, you pull away too and maintain your power. So I remember being on a three-way call, and this, one of my teammates got me on this call, and I'm on this three-way call, and she introduces us, and the lady says, I have a very successful business, and I'm just kind of on her just as a friend, and my business is blah, 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 blah. And I say, well, just curious, why are we even on here? See, having the power and the posture to ask that kind of question, you're a business owner. you need to be okay with asking that. And so I said, well, just curious, sounds like you're doing fantastically. Why are we even on here? There's a huge pause because that was not the response she was thinking I was going to give. And so she said, well, the truth is I've lost some clients, and the truth is the business is actually down. And, when Amy first brought this to me, I really blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden we got real, right? And then we moved forward, and then she did through the business. Treat this like a business always. This is no disrespect. This is nothing derogatory. Network marketing, not a religion, okay? It's not a religion. You don't need to shun people that don't join your business, right? You don't need to be mean to people that don't join your business. And you don't have to be addicted to the outcome. So if a waitress comes up to me and says, oh, hey, did you enjoy your meal? And I say yes. And she says, well, would you like the creme brulee? And I say no. She doesn't say, why not? It's great creme brulee. She doesn't say that. That would be weird. Okay? She says, okay, here's your check. Right? Don't be addicted to the outcome. Don't be addicted to someone telling you yes. All right? We want the yes. The yes is fantastic, but treat this like a business always. And I'll tell you, I'll share with you a story. I was out training in Sacramento, California a couple years ago. And one of the guys on my team, pretty big time divorce attorney, makes a lot of money. And he was telling me, he goes, Ray, I'm really frustrated. I keep going to my friends. I keep telling them it's a no-brainer, and none of them are signing up. And I said, well, let me just ask you this. Do you go to your clients and tell them you're a no-brainer and they should use you as an attorney? And he said, no. They pay me $5,000 a retainer, and, they barely get any of my time, and, they're not. I'm like, well, why do you treat them so differently? Why is one, you're so needy and desperate, and the other one, you're postured and a business owner? See the difference? Be postured. Be a business owner. So, what if they're toxic? Stop trying to convince them. If I talk to somebody and they say, oh, this is, and they're just negative, they're just nasty, I don't try to close them. I don't try to give them the, well, in a business, you have the CEO and the mid-manager, and you got the janitor down here, and, it's our pyramid. If they're just negative and nasty, just move on. Just be like, cool, it's not a fit for you, no big deal, I gotta move on. The reason you should do that is twofold. Number one, it makes you feel better. I mean, nothing says I need to take a shower like trying to convince and pull someone to the finish line. Number two, it actually intrigues them. It intrigues them. They're like, whoa, I didn't affect them. Wow. And a lot of them will actually stop you in your tracks and ask you, hey, what is this thing? Okay? Understand that most of the times it's their life that's made them toxic, not you, not your opportunity at all. And so if you take someone who's extremely toxic and you miraculously close them, do you really want to work with that person the rest of your life? Okay? This is lifestyle by design. You are designing your lifestyle. Follow the formula. You dive deep and you keep learning. By the way, I've bought every single recruiting course that I've ever ran across. I just last week bought a $2,000 recruit sales and persuasion and recruiting course, and I'm constantly investing in myself, constantly looking to get better. But it's because I want to design my life. Okay, you're the business owner. I want to design my life. You want to design your life, and that's what it happens. So here's what I see network marketing companies teach, and I don't blame them. There is a reason that they teach this. They teach prospecting. That's it. That's all they teach. They teach opener lines. They teach icebreakers. They don't teach you closing. Most. Now, there may be 1 out of 1,000 that teach you how to close. Closing is more important. Okay? Closing is more important. Now, you may think logically, well, Ray, there's no closing if you don't prospect. Okay? Well, if you don't know how to take a prospect from A to Z, okay, from prospect to recruit, you're going to bungle that prospect. When you know the future, you can better create it. When you know that you can follow a system to get someone from A to Z very easily, efficiently, and powerfully, then you're going to be a better prospector. And the same person that has to call 250 people to get 2 signups If you learn closing, you can talk to 25 people and get 2 signups. And so you learn how to close, you're going to feel better when prospecting, and you're going to understand the entire process, and that will show in your prospecting. So some closing tips for you. Use the word why. I use it all the time. Okay. So if someone says to me, I'm looking for a network marketing company, I say why. Okay. Hey, would you be open to a side project that improve what you're currently doing? And they say yes. I say, just curious why. Why? Right? Always, always, always. What did you like about what you saw? I talked about that in step number 7. And again, my very best line, make sure you use it. Sounds to me like you're ready to join. Okay? So the reality is, I can't make you a master closer in, 47 minutes or however long we've been on here. There are a lot of people on this webinar, but I'm here, some of you, you're going to take this value, and that's totally cool. Some of you may want to dive deeper, and we're going to share with you here tonight how you can dive deeper for a very reasonable price. Just curious, and I can't see the answers, and I'm about to roll this back over to Chris and bring him out here because I know he's going to help us out with some question and answer. But do you think I'm just curious, raise your hand if you think you could apply some, maybe 1 tip, 2 tips of what I talked about tonight to get more signups. Just curious. And, what would we talked about this in the beginning, what would an additional 2 signups a month mean? And just so you know, I have been pulling, some snippets from my sponsor recruiting series, and we're going to talk about how you can get that. But I want to bring Chris out here. Chris, are you still on with us?
Indeed, I am. Great presentation. I've been studying sales now for probably 40+ years, and every time I hear you, I always learn something new. So very well done. Thanks so much. Hey, folks, the best part is about to begin. It's the question and answer section. Now, if you haven't had a chance to send your questions in, take advantage of this interlude right now. Send your questions to QUESTIO and ask questions. And of course, I'll ask as many questions as time permits. And I know that Ray wants to stay a little bit longer, so get the questions in there. And meanwhile, while we wait for the first questions to come in, I know that Ray has put together something special for everybody this evening. So why don't we take a minute and go over that, Ray?
Sure, absolutely. And, again, I know anytime I do this, I know there are a percentage, there's some people on the line that they want to really dive deep and take their business seriously. And so I put together a little home study course for you. If you like what I covered tonight, you're going to absolutely love the course. And we give you a very, very reasonable price to invest in yourself for 2014. And here's what I know. I know that if you do what you did in 2013, you're going to get what you got in 2014. Okay, you're going to get the same thing. And so I want to share with you, first of all, my cost to learn some of the stuff that you get inside of this course. I hired a coach for $2,000 a month to help me with sales and some marketing, some recruiting. Hired another coach for $7,500. And out of respect, I'm not going to mention their names or whatever, but rapport building, prospecting, I've bought so many different courses out there, multiple live events. The last 24 months, I've really dedicated my life to learn how to be just, in my eyes, the very best trainer possible, to take someone who's never had success, to take someone who, maybe he's even never had a lucky break in life and create a success story out of them. And in the last 11 months, this is, if you told me this a few years ago, I would have said, what are you even talking about? But we've actually, my wife and I, we've invested over $120,000 in mentoring and coaching. And, some people can't even believe that's possible inside of this profession, but believe me, it is. We've invested major money to get our mindset to a point where we can take anybody off the street and make them a solid recruiter, a solid prospector. And tonight, you can either take the tips that I give away, obviously for free, to create a little bit of extra income, or you can get the entire formula for $39.95, $40, and
All right. How'd everybody like that, man? That's Ray Hickman, guys. Okay, so if you don't take anything from us, man, take from him. And as you can see how important it is to invest in yourself. So if anybody tells you They don't want to learn. It's too deep of a learning curve. All these types of things, like just let it be known, is their mindset is not there yet. Okay, and so trying to battle a person like that, okay, with a mindset that's just not ready, okay, you're wasting your time. Okay, and I hope you guys took some really, really good notes there. All right, because Ray gets it in, man. Ray's real. Like I said, if you don't take anything from us, you better take it from Ray. All right, and I wanted to add. Okay, I want you guys to write this down. Okay, because this is realistic as well. All right, I took some notes a little bit earlier. Okay, I'm not gonna go over everything because you guys have been here for like 10 years, and so I just want you guys to write down 7 things. All right, one, I want you to, because if you want to become more, all right, you have to be more. If you want more, you have to become more. You understand what I'm saying? And so what I want you guys to do is decide what you want out of life. Okay, I want you to make like specific measurable goals, right? So like if I'm like, okay, I want to make $200 next week. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. I want to make $200 next week. By next week, when that comes, okay, I'm gonna see, did I make my goal? Did I reach $200? Okay, if I didn't, all right, then I need to add another week or add another 2 weeks, all right? Or I need to assess, did I do the type of work that it required for me to get that extra $200, okay? Also, I want you to write down, okay, like I said, have your goals, all right, time bound, all right, by the 2 weeks. So you have your specific measurable goals. I want it to $200, right, by next week. Next week, okay, that's your time bound, right? They go hand in hand, right? You don't want to say, "Oh, I want to make a lot of money." Well, when do you want to make a lot of money? All right, and if you made a lot of money within a month or 2 or 3 or 1 year, was that your goal? Okay, you don't know. So you want to make specific, measurable goals. All right, and you got to know that when you make these goals and when you actually hit them, you feel like you've achieved something, even if you hit your goal by half, right? Now you still want to go and finish that goal, so you just add more time. Okay, it's very easy, very simple. Okay, and 4, you want to have an action plan, okay, to reach your goals. All right, and that goes back to making your daily planner, right? When you're making your daily planner, number one, you're writing everything down. You're writing down your goals. You're writing down your days, your time, okay, on reaching those goals. All right. And number 6, it kind of coincides with number 6, okay, taking action daily. And so if you write your goals down and you're planning and you have your whole day built out, you're not wasting time anywhere. Right? A lot of people, they go through their day, okay, they don't have anything written down, so they're just running off of the fly, right? And they're wasting time because they don't have anything set, right? When you go to work, okay, and you clock in, all right, you're either gonna have a quota to meet or something like that. You're in there. You're working you're working 3 to 6 hours, and you have lunch, right? They have it all written down for you. Everything's planned. If nothing was planned and you just went into work, do you really think that company or business that you're working for, do you really think that they will be successful? There's no goals, there's no daily action, like there's no nothing. People would just be like, okay, going crazy, all right? So you gotta have, all right, you gotta decide what you want out of life, okay? Have your specific measurable goals, have those goals time bound, okay? I want $200 and I want it by next week, okay? And then your action plan to reach those goals, okay? And you have to write these down. You have to write these down, and those action plans to reach those goals, you have to take those actions daily, okay? And the last thing I want you guys to write down, this is at the absolute most important, never quit. Never quit. So many people, okay, so many people, and I'm going to tell you this, in regular offline work, you'll see it. People go from job to job to job to job. Okay, the average the average job as of I think it was like 2012. I don't know the recent numbers. The average job held was like 4.5 years, compared to back in like the 20s through 40s and 60s. The average job was like 40 years. Right? That is a very big shift. So think about the culture in which you're dealing with nowadays. People, they're not sticking with it. They're quitting. Okay? And so if you want to be successful in anything in life, you can't quit it. You can't quit it. All right? It could be that one more call. It can be that one more message that you send out. It could be that one more meeting that you plan. Okay, that brings in that person that is just going to like build your business like no other. Okay, and get you started and get you going and get you refired up. And so never quit, because if you quit, you're gonna leave a lot of regret on the table. And number one, you're gonna create an environment within yourself, okay, that is a quitting environment. And so you're okay with failure, and you don't want to be okay with failure at all. You don't want to be okay with that. And so don't quit. Make your goals, make them specific, put a time on them, write down everything, do it daily, take daily action. Don't leave any time to spare, because if you have a block of time and you're not doing anything, you're more than likely going to waste it, and you can't get that time back. You can lose money and you can get money back tenfold. You can't get time back. All right? So I hope you guys got a lot of good stuff, because I know you did. I hope you were paying attention. All right, like I said, we are on a rampage to build you guys up like no other. All right, so I love you guys. Stay in peace, not in pieces. Dominique, she's upstairs. Okay, her cousins just came in, so we got to keep them all calm. Gary folk is. I'm playing. Don't let her don't let her hear me say that, guys. All right, so look, like I said, I love you guys. Stay in peace, not in pieces. We're doing this thing, man. Stay on fire. I see so much fire going on out there. Like it makes me more fired up, man. Like I'm just pumped up, and I'm happy that I chose to work internet business and be in business for myself and help other people, and put that natural use to work and see it really come out and shining. Man, you guys are killing it. I'm just loving the duplication that's going on as well, man. Just don't quit and keep it going, guys. All right, keep it plugged in, keep growing every day. Get 3 people, get 5 people. Stop, help them out. Make sure that they can learn, they can duplicate, and then start getting some more people in. Right? Stop. Do the same thing. Work with them. Okay, and your business is just gonna grow. Do not try and grow your business overnight. Okay, you can't you can't look. Rome wasn't built in one day. Don't try and build your Rome in one day. All right, it will crumble faster than you can sneeze. I don't know, and like dominoes fall down. I don't know. I didn't have a good one, but anyways, man. I'll see you guys later, man. On the flip side, okay. I'm gonna go see what they're talking about. Get the kids back in order. Go back to cleaning up, and then like I said, I got a lot of people to help out, and I love it, man. I'm not working. I'm just having fun, and that's how it should be. Have fun, right? So I'll see you guys later, man. Thanks for coming out, and go through your notes, okay, and put them to use. Put them to use. Whatever you learned right now, go right now and put it to use. All right? Awesome. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.